Welcome to another blacksmithing video. I will show you how to make a simple holdfast for use in woodworking. To start, I'm using 1045 round bar with a 5/16 inch diameter. This fits into the 3/4 inch holes found in woodworking benches. The motivation for this project was a woodworking friend who preferred something handmade for his work. I appreciated that sentiment and was happy to help. First, I'm tapering the bar to create the flat surface that will hold down the wood. This can be easily done in one heat. And afterwards, I take it to the horn and bend the bar at the transition point by roughly 30 degrees. By comparing to the holdfast I made before, I can figure out the main point around which I want to create the bend. At this point, we are already done with the forging, and ideally I would just use one heat to bend the bar into the right shape and be ready for heat treating. In this case, I needed 2 heats, which is okay. The bend that I'm making now will be where force will be applied to wedge the holdfast against the workbench and the workpiece. While the steel is quite massive and only of medium carbon content, I plan on heat treating it. But before I can do that, I need to make sure that I have the overall shape formed correctly. I'm getting pretty close, and there's really only a small correction needed afterwards. The flat area where the wood gets pressed down needs to be in the right plane in relation to the bend. I can do this with my twisting jig. A plumber's wrench with those gnarly teeth will likely mar the piece, and I should really grind them off. However, that's a problem for another day. Now I just cut the bar at the right length and provide a gentle chamfer at the end. Once that is done, it's heat treating time. Heat treating by quenching the steel at critical temperature in water makes it hard. That's really not desirable for a holdfast, which will be hit by a hammer as its primary way of operating. However, after heat treating, I can temper the steel and make it tough. In this case, I'm tempering at 750 degrees Fahrenheit on the advice of an expert blacksmith from the Bladesmith Forum. Thank you, Alan. The tempering takes about an hour, and afterwards I cool the piece down in water, and that's basically it. A more experienced blacksmith than me should be able to complete this in just 3 heats total. It's time to put the holdfast to action. My hypothetical example is trying to cut a 2x4 at the very end with a handsaw. Alright, perhaps not the most realistic case, but I needed something with silly leverage. As you can see, the holdfast is easily applied and actually holds down the piece of wood with significant pressure. That said, given the point of fastening versus leverage, not a complete success. So let's apply the second holdfast at a more advantageous spot. Almost perfect, but certainly much easier than clamps. If you are in woodworking, you should really get some holdfasts too. That's it for now. If you have made it so far, you might as well subscribe, comment and share this video with your friends. As always, I appreciate those of you who follow me on Patreon and continue to stick around with much more patience than I would have. I will see you next time.